Hi everyone, this is Tamika. Welcome to the Soap Throne. Today I'm just here briefly to share with you the collection of soaps that I have made from the spring till now. We are in mid-October. Unfortunately, some of them have already sold out, but I do have a good amount left. I do have some markets coming up, so I'm expecting a good number of them to go. But I figured while I still have them, why not make a video to share? So before I do, let me just remind everyone that if you like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more soap making videos in the future, you can do so by hitting the subscribe button, and you can also hit the bell icon if you want to be notified every time I upload a video. Alright, so let's get right into it. So these two right here are some of the soaps that I made in the spring. They're more floral in nature and fragrance. This one I call it Daisy Daisy. I can't remember which fragrance I used to make it. Sorry everybody. But the video is already up. So if you're curious, you can find that video and you'll see which fragrance I used. This one I really like the way it turned out. Yes, the smell, this has not been that popular, unfortunately. But, people have been buying it here and there, but it hasn't flown off the shelf like some of them. Like the rose one that I'll show you in a second. That one, I'm already, I had to make a second batch. But yeah, I just really like how the colors came out softly. And this fragrance, actually, I don't know, for some reason it reminds me of something baby related. Not baby powder or anything like that, but it reminds me of, it makes me think of a baby. Yeah. This one I call Floripedia. And I actually changed the name of it. It's green and white. I do like the soft colors, but I made it this color because I was going to name it Baby's Breath or something like that, and I think that might be the name of the fragrance. But it did not make me think of Baby's Breath, so I changed the name to Floripedia. I mean, if anything, I would think this one would be called Baby's Breath. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, I think, though, that if I make this one again, I'm going to make it more colorful. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so when I opened the bottle, this was actually like one of my favorite fragrances, and it keeps, I don't know if it's just, changes that I'm going through in my own body or if it's the fragrance itself, but it smells different to me. And I don't mean in the way that fragrances do. I mean, there are times when I love it, and then there are times when I'm just so-so. So it has been going pretty steadily though. So I don't know. We'll see if I have any left after these upcoming markets. Since I'm talking about the florals, I guess I would just stick to that. So this one is my Luxe Lavender bar, and I did it a little differently this time. I added, I think I added oatmeal flour to it, and I also changed up the colors. Normally it's a softer purple and a harder, should I say harder? No, a brighter white. And those are the only two colors that I normally use. But I wanted to try something different this time. So yeah, and what I'm finding is that that oatmeal flour gives it just such a nice, light, gentle exfoliation. I also like the way it came through kind of with a light brown speckling, and it allowed the white to have a little bit of a tint, so it's not stark white. But yeah, so because this is a lavender essential oil, it's not as strong, the fragrance isn't as strong as what you would get with a fragrance oil, but I find that some people prefer that, and frankly I like it myself. I like it either way really, but yeah, I really like this particular lavender. So I will be making this again, and I'm thinking that I might even make two different lavenders. So I might keep the original look and then switch up the essential oils a little bit, or make a lavender sort of blend and then use this look. But we shall see. That's in the future. We'll see what happens. Next is the one that I was just talking about, the rose. This one I called Aryan. And that's a person that, sort of tends roses, but, like they collect several different types of rose plants, like they're a rose aficionado, I guess you can say. Um, yeah, so the first one that I made totally sold out. I had a few bars left, like, when was this? This is mid-October now. Um, when did I do that? Was it September? I can't remember the last show that I had, but the last 2 or 3 bars of the original that I made sold. And I had them both there. So that one you've probably seen, or if you haven't seen it, you can go back and find that video as well. But that one was like a pink, and it had a dark red and a really dark green in it. And it bled quite a bit from all the colorant that I put in. But it was funny. I would tell people when they were buying it, and they just did not care. So I'm going to try to be more gentle with myself around that sort of thing, because I always get kind of nervous about it. But anyway, I redid the look, and what I was going to say was I found that some people actually preferred the other bar, the look of the other bar. But there are definitely people that gravitate more towards this one too. I found that so far women would gravitate towards this, and men would gravitate towards the darker one. I'm not saying that for all women and men, but that's just what I found at the last market that I was at. Okay, so this one, I believe the brambleberry fragrance is Wild Rose, and I still really love this. I think that I'm going to keep buying that one in the future, so I hope that they never, ever, ever discontinue. All right, and then I think this is my last floral bar. This one is the one that I called Orchid Delirium. And I think I explained the story in a little bit, but there was a period in Victorian England where people were just mad about orchids, and because they were so rare and new to Europe, that people who could afford to do so would fund these great expeditions for people to go out and find orchids. And then there was all this robbing of orchids going on, so which I just think is kind of a funny story. But anyway, that's why they coined that term Orchid Delirium, so that's why I named this bar that. But anyway, this one so far of that floral line is my absolute favorite. I just love it, love it, love it. And this I think is the last bar, so it has been selling well too. And I'm trying very, very, very hard to not just keep it for myself. That's how much I like it. But I'm going to try my best to put this last bar for sale in the next market that I go to, because as much as I love it, I would really like for other people to experience that that same happiness and joy that I get when I use it. But we'll see. I'm gonna try. That's all I can say. I'm gonna try. Okay, what's next? This one is just, this is my green tea tree. So for this one, I actually use green tea in the lye solution, and I also use French green clay to get this greenish color. And it's so interesting to me because last year this was like one of the top sellers. So I mean, it went so fast that I just decided to make a double batch this year, and now it's going slowly. And I don't know if it's because I added more tea tree essential oil, or if it's just because I have more soaps for people to choose from. But either way, I ended up making more than what I needed. So, but it's okay because it's soap and it will last, and I will just continue to put it up. I won't have to make it for a while. So that's that one. Let's see what's next. I'm going to do this one next. So this is the Cucumber Garden soap. It's the top. I actually like this one more than I expected to. It does smell like a cucumber garden or like a cucumber plant, but it's got other scents in it too. And what I found is that there are times when I smell melon in this, but it wasn't one of the notes that was mentioned in the description. But I just include that in my description anyway because I smell it. So yes, nice fresh gardeny scent. if you like cucumber, you'd probably like this one all year round. But I made it for the summer. But still, you know, use it whenever you want. This one, is this Beachcomber? Yeah. So this is the Beachcomber bar. And again, oh, did I say? I think the name of this one, the fragrance for this one is Cucumber Garden. I don't remember this one. It's in the video though, so please feel free to look back. I'm going to just go ahead and admit right now that a lot of these I'm not going to remember the fragrance for. It's so funny too, because as I watch or as my videos post, I watch them right along with everybody else, and it's always a new experience for me. I don't remember right away what's happening in the video, but as I'm watching, you know, things come back to me, which is really funny to me because my memory is usually quite good. But yeah, I don't know. It's always a new experience for me when I'm watching those videos. So this one is the Beachcomber. Yeah, it's got a nice, fresh, airy scent to it. Yeah, again, all of these will be included in my upcoming markets. And let's see, so I made this one summer. It was part of the Oceanic fragrance collection. I think it was called Oceanic or Oceana from Brambleberry. These four right here. And this one is Coastal Breeze. Yes, and this one, I like that name for it because it, I don't know, it does make me think of like air. I mean, the two that I'm going to talk about now really do remind me of beaches in the Pacific Northwest because we have seaweed that washes ashore and, you know, you smell it. So, but yeah, this is just a nice, fresh fragrance. It's very nice. And this also has oatmeal flour in it too, which gave it that speckly look, that light brown speckly look that I was telling you about. Okay,